Welcome back, grade 12. It's me once again, your senior high school research teacher, Ria Arnavilgas. For this school year, we are the first semester, second quarter, week 1. So let's have a quick review of last week's video lesson on presenting the review of related literature and conceptual framework by answering this short activity. Determine whether the sentence is correct or not by saying true or false. Number 1. A literature broadly refers to support your research that can be obtained from different types of materials, like primary and secondary sources of information. The answer is true. Next, number 2. A variable refers to measurable characteristic of anything that change the numerical or categorical value. What do you think? The answer is true. Number 3. An independent variable is the assumed effect of the problem, affected or influenced by the other variable. The answer is false. The underlined word should be dependent variable. Now, after going through the different activities on understanding the steps in conducting and writing the review of related literature and the conceptual framework, I congratulate you for having successfully completed chapters 1 and 2. And for today, our topic is about research design. And at the end of the lesson, you're expected to choose appropriate quantitative research design, which is this week's MELC, or most essential learning competency. Quantitative research design versus qualitative research design. Quantitative research is more systematic and controlled than qualitative research, which you have learned in Practical Research 1 last school year. However, these two research methods have a statement of the problem to investigate. So it is very important that you have completed the previous task diligently to maximize your learnings in this video lesson, to which you will be taught how to select an appropriate research design. Let's have a preliminary activity for word familiarization. Arrange the jumbled letters to identify the correct words, which will be discussed in this lesson. What do you think of number 1? What could these two words be? Correct. The answer is correlational research. Number 2. Can you take a guess? That's right. The answer is experimental research design. Number 3. Can you try this? Good job! The answer is non-experimental research. Moving forward, let me discuss what quantitative research is. Easy, right? According to Barrett on 2017, research design is defined as the logical and coherent overall strategy that the researcher uses to integrate all the components of the research study. Quantitative research is one type of factual investigation. It means that its analysis focuses on verifiable observations and are expressed in numbers. Quantitative research can use to find patterns in averages, make predictions, and test causal relationships. It could also generalize results to wider populations. There are two types of quantitative research design. One is non-experimental, and the other one is experimental. The focus of today's video lesson is non-experimental research design. According to Kolzik on 2015, non-experimental research means that there is a predictor variable of group of subjects that cannot be manipulated by the experimenter. It could either be survey research, correlational research, descriptive research, and comparative research. Let's discuss the first type of non-experimental, which is survey research. Survey research uses interviews, questionnaires, and sampling polls. It is usually expressed in percentage and can be conducted around one group specifically or used to compare several groups. Example title is COVID-19, How Do Filipinos View the Government's Measures? So this research will assist decision makers in formulating more acceptable policies to control the spreading of the virus in the short term and also help restore confidence in the government for the long term. Next is correlational research. It just tests relationships between two variables. Here's an example. Internet usage of adolescents in relation to aggression and psychological well-being. So this research aims to investigate the relationship among internet usage, aggressive behavior, and psychological well-being of adolescents. What about descriptive research? It oftentimes uses survey approach or normative approach and is a study of prevailing conditions. Here's a sample title. Preparation of student teachers to work with diverse population. This study aims to describe the degree to which the education programs prepare the students to work with diverse population. Next is comparative research. It examines patterns of similarities and differences across a moderate number of cases, and it uses limited number of cases. Here's a sample title, The Use of Library and Internet as Sources of Information by Students. So this study will be conducted to compare the internet use and library use among students. It will be based on the assumption that students use the internet more than the library. Now let's test your understanding of the lesson with this activity after discussing the types of non-experimental research design. Please determine the quantitative research design appropriate for the sample research titles. Number 1, relationship between academic stressors and learning preferences of public senior high school students in Bulacan. Is it A, correlational, B, comparative, or C, descriptive? The answer is correlational. Number 2, reading electronic learning materials as support for vocabulary of grade 1 pupils of Camachile Elementary School. Is it A, survey, B, comparative, or C, descriptive? The answer is B, comparative. Number 3, measuring the gadgets usage of grade 11 students at home during COVID community quarantine. Letter A, is it comparative, B, descriptive, or C, survey? The answer is survey. Last number, level of academic achievement of senior high schools in Bulacan in different learning modalities. A, comparative, B, descriptive, or C, survey? The correct answer is B, descriptive. And to deepen your learning on quantitative research design, can you answer this evaluation? Determine what is the appropriate quantitative research design for the research title and give a brief justification for your answer. Of course you can do it. Let's try this title. Impact of the implementation of COVID-19 health protocols in public markets on consumer behaviors. The research design could be? Correct, correlational research. What about your justification? The answer is, yes, it will study if there is a relationship between the COVID-19 health protocols and the consumer's behavior. Great work! You have exceeded my expectations. Keep the focus. Now to summarize, you have learned that quantitative research has two types, non-experimental and experimental. Wrapping non-experimental up, it could either be survey research, correlational research, descriptive research, or comparative research. Congratulations! This ends lesson 1 of quantitative research design, non-experimental types. Feel free to go back through this video if there are things you need to review. And again, lesson 2 is on experimental research design. So stay tuned for the next video lesson. For clarifications, you can find me at ria.navelga001@deped.gov.ph, or you can send me a direct message at my messenger chat box, Ria Reyes Navelgas. Thank you very much, guys. Stay at home and please stay safe. Goodbye. Thanks for watching. This is Teacher Air of Education Channel. Subscribe now.